Hi everyone, this is Alma coming to you from Huntington Beach, California. Today is Saturday, July 15th of the year 2023, and this is going to be FlossTube number 103. So, as always, I want to welcome you all. Welcome back to all my current viewers and subscribers, and thank you, as always, for your continuing support. And special welcome to anybody that's visiting for the first time or the second time. I did notice an uptick in subscribers since my whip parade, so welcome and thank you all for choosing me, for joining me. Um, I hope that you liked what you see today, and if you haven't already, and you see a reason to stay, subscribe, and continue to follow me on my stitching journey. I hope that everybody's doing well, everybody's staying safe and sound. Everything's good here. We're in the middle of a heat wave here in California, so I've got, fan on, uh, tank top on, and it's barely, it was 10 o'clock when I started filming. This is gonna be my take two. I filmed both my video in English and Spanish, um, and I didn't realize until I was trying to get them uploaded that I realized they didn't have audio. So, you know, that's why I brought these out. um, but yeah, everything's good. I'm still in summer vacation from school, but I am working. We've got 2 more weeks left in our summer session. So July 27th is, I think, our last day. So after that, I will have maybe like 2, 3 weeks left of, like, again, just vacation mode with no school or work. And then it'll be back to school for me. So, yeah, so I'll get some stitching time in that time. It has been 3 weeks since my last FlossTube video, so I have gotten my stitching has been a little erratic, a little all over the place, but I have some progress to show you. Um, and I'll, regardless of whether you watch the whip parade or not, I'll just show you from FlossTube 102. I'm not considering the whip parade as a FlossTube update. So, having said that, let's get to the stitching. And the first piece I'm going to show you is a bit of a wild card. um, I picked this up because when I was filming my FlossTube video, it was its birthday. So I didn't stitch on it on its birthday, but I did pick it up a few days later. This is T, my Heaven and Earth Designs chart. Artwork is by Anna Dittman, and I noticed that every time I filmed my whip parade, I would say the same thing. Oh, I should stitch on this, especially if it's the summer one, because I usually film it on its birthday. But this is what I have so far. I ended up adding 1,700 stitches. I I I didn't mean to. I only wanted to do the 500 that I told myself I was going to do on each of my whips, and then I liked it. I was like, I'm still enjoying this, so I kept going, and here we are, 1,700 stitches later. Most of the stitching has so the last time I ever showed this to you, I was over here, like I had just gotten this little outline done of his hand, so all of this was just what I did. I ended up filling in some spaces here on the wristwatch and giving the watch face a little bit more shape. I stitched all over this piece, honestly. I couldn't tell you this is a specific place. It was all over the place. But I only did 2 colors. I ended up working with 336 and 930 for DMC. Um, so very enjoyable. I might pick him up again later. Um, because it's a very easy and quick stitch. Next up, no particular order. Um, this is my Mirabilia. You know her, you love her, and the camera doesn't love her apparently because it's not focusing. But this is Portrait of Veronica. There we go. Nope. This is Portrait of Veronica from Mirabilia. And if you've been with me, then you know that I pick this up once a month to stitch on. And it's really not liking her today. which sucks because the first time I recorded this, it was perfect. I had no issues with the camera whatsoever. There we are. There we are. Hello. Look at how pretty she is. There she is. So, for July, what I needed to do was I needed to do that bench that she's sitting on the armrest, which ended up being a whole ordeal because I did the same thing that I did with my electrical parade mandala. I didn't realize that I needed sparkly thread. Um, so so I had to improvise. But this is what we have so far. She's looking amazing. I love her. Love, love, love. Um, so the sparkly thread that I ended up using was left over from a Dimensions kit that I did ages ago. It was this like really thin gold thread that was meant for accents. Um, and I do have some of it left over, but I don't know if I'll use it because it was so difficult to work with to stitch. Um, so yeah, I don't know if I want to go through that again because I feel like I do have enough for the electrical parade mandala because I only need it for the center wording. This is electrical parade. Um, but I don't know if I'll use it. We'll see. But I'm done with the July part for her, so she won't be coming back out until August for the next bit. And at that point, it's just her skin. Um, and I am gonna do that 1/1. I was asking my friends and virtual stitchers to see if they wanted or if they thought I should do, even though it's not charted for 1/1. I was like, should I do it? And most, if not all of them, said yes. So I am gonna do that thing. Um, and the next one, I'm gonna show you the cover photo. I don't remember the last time I showed this to you all, but I do chip away at it one little bit at a time. So I'll just show it for the sake of showing it. This is Hummus with the NES is by Choco Coco Stitch on Etsy. And again, kind of do like 20 stitches here, 50 stitches there, but this is what we're at so far. Um, I have finished because I feel like I hadn't shown you the finished controller. So I did finish the controller and I started on the characters. Here's Kirby, and then these two are from a game called Icebreakers, I think. Uh, Pretty fun game. Um, Boyfriend and I played it. Um, but yeah, I added maybe like 200 stitches on that with the controller and stuff. So so that's something that I stitch on when he's playing his video games. Another whip that I like to stitch on that I have stitched on um, when he's playing and I'm just kind of keeping company. Um, this is the Little Prince from Mandarink's Designs, and this was going to be one of my focus pieces this month. So far I've added 3,700 stitches on this, and then still in the Q snap, but it's mostly there. It doesn't. It looks like a mess. It really does look like a mess. But um, this is the head. Like this will be where the head is, and he's got his little arms kind of extended out. And obviously this corner is where the little planet is, this little asteroid. So yeah, I don't know if that helps in making this make sense. Um, but yeah, this was also very fast stitch. It's because it is all half stitches, which I don't know if you could tell, but the background is half stitches, and then the asteroid and the little prince will be full stitches. So it's super fast stitching. Before I know it, I have technically 600 stitches done, 300 if you're counting full stitches. Um, But yeah, as it is, I am at 43% done with this whip. And I think, well, I may still stitch on it when my boyfriend is playing his video games, but I do want to switch over to Mini One. One of the categories for this month is to stitch on our oldest whip, so I do want to give that some focus. It does help that I finished with Veronica um, for July, so that'll give me the opportunity to go ahead and focus on Mini One. Because yeah, I do want to get some work on her done as well. Next up is another one that I didn't stitch on too much since I last showed it to you. This is Scarlet Witch, Multiverse of Madness from Chilton Crafts. And I don't know if it'll choose to focus on me. There we are. The artist is Daniel Kordek. And last time I showed her to you, I was at 2.5%. I was shooting to go for 5%, but I got antsy and decided that I wanted to focus on other projects. So I stopped at 3%. I added 900 stitches on her and then decided that 3% was good enough for me right now, especially because it is one of my newer projects. I think I started her New Year's this year, New Year's Day or like January 2nd. So yeah, I was like, I really should focus on some of my older pieces. um, so I don't feel that bad about not hitting the 5%. Um, but that's that one. And another one that I stitched on a little bit since I last showed it to you is my sampler from Linen and Threads, Fox and Rabbit. This is their mystery sampler for 2020, Friends and Family. There we are. And for this one, I think I added maybe 500 stitches since I last showed it to you. I wasn't quite able to finish the March section, but I got a good chunk of it done down here. So this is where we're at so far. And I don't know. Part of me feels like I want to go ahead and finish that section, but part of me is also wanting to like stop as it is, even though I'm so close to finishing that section, and kind of tricking myself into thinking that I'm working fast next time I pick it up. Like, oh hey, I only added 300 stitches and I already finished the section. Let's start on the next one. But we'll see. We'll see. Um, I did stop working on it because I was taking that one with work with me to work with me. So I did switch over to another project for that. I picked up Katrina. This is from Yanni Stitcher here on FlossTube. She's also on Instagram. I don't think she has a shop, but if you DM her, you can buy the pattern that way. And funny story. So if you saw the whip parade, then you'll know the story. But I did have a coworker that she saw me working on one project one day, and then I was working on Chopper, and then I was working on the sampler another day. So she asked, oh, like, are you done? Are you done with the other piece? Are you done with the other project? And I said no. And then I kind of just talked to her a little bit. She was asking me about like my process, my stitching methods. So I mentioned that I liked having the variety. I liked having multiple things going on at once. And I mentioned that I had almost 50 projects going on at once. So she says, and this was like in good faith, like it wasn't meant as anything rude or mean. It was just kind of like a challenge, like a fun challenge. And she says by July 27th, which is when our summer session ends, by July 27th, I want to see a finished project. So, and I kind of knew that I had the Little Prince that I could potentially finish, and I had Katrina that was definitely semi close to a finish. Um, And I said, okay, you're on. So I brought her the project so I could see, so she could have like a before and after type of thing. Um, as it is, I've added 2,100 stitches in the last 2 weeks. So I think I finished the flower crown and I did all of the flags, all of the paper mache flags. I switched up the colors a little bit. She has them charted, I think, in like brown. There's like a brown and an orange in there. So I just added the gray and the green. I wanted I wanted to have more color. And then I also added, because it's charted to be stitched on white, so I had to add the white face paint myself, which was not fun, but it's gonna look good. Um, so yeah, I think I have 2,000 stitches left to go. Um, so I think it's definitely doable to finish it in 2 weeks time, or yeah, just about 2 weeks time. Um, So yeah, so hopefully by next video you'll see a finished project, which is not like when I was looking at my whips at the end of the year last year, I kind of realized I didn't have too many projects that were close to being finished. So I told myself, okay, this year is going to be just about making progress, and then maybe 2024 is going to be about finishing projects. So if I end up finishing a couple, that's great, but I won't be angry. I won't be mad if I don't finish anything any more than this one. But I may finish Little Prince. Who knows? But that is all I have to show you. Oh, one more. It's not a FlossTube video without showing you this one. And of course, I'm talking about The Eternal Promise from Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Matt Stewart. Another one of my regulars, of course. And for this one, I added 2,500 stitches this month. Let me see if I can get this all in frame. This is what I've done so far. Kind of, sort of, partially, not really in frame, but um, I'm still on the browns and the grays and the forest. I feel like I'll be stuck there forever. I am, and I'm getting so bored of it that I am considering starting stitching on Arwen and or Aragon, just for the sake of having some variety in there. And that way I can get like legitimate page finishes, as opposed to like just moving on from those colors. Because yeah, it's getting to the point where like I'm losing steam on it and kind of getting not bored with it, but kind of tired of it, um, because there's not that much variety in colors. So, and again, like 2,500 stitches is a lot, but relatively in this piece, it's not. It can't really tell the progress that I made. But I'll continue stitching on this. I'll maybe add another 2,500 next month. We'll see. But okay, that is all I have for you today. For the remainder of the month, like I mentioned, I do want to switch over to Mini 1 and work on her for a while. Uh, Other than that, it is going to be Arbitrary August next month. And Sammy from Sammy J Stitches let us know that she'll still pull categories for us in case we still want to stick to the categories. But she also said that if we wanted to, we could do Arbitrary August. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my I have an Excel spreadsheet. I'm going to look at my Excel spreadsheet. I'm going to see which whips I haven't done the 500 stitches on. At the beginning of the year, told myself I wanted to do 500 stitches on every whip. So obviously, we're over halfway done with the year. I have done it on, I think, maybe close to half actually. So I'll pull out the ones that I haven't worked on, and I'll just pick at random from that list and see how much I can get done. So I think that'll be fun. So, well, that's not until August, but August will be the videos for August will probably be um, very colorful, lots of variety. So that's all I have for plans today. Um, yeah, I don't think I have anything else planned besides those two things. Um, yeah. It's interesting because like on one hand I have like planned whips that I want to stitch on, but on the other hand it's up in the air. So we'll see. As always, if you have any questions about anything that you saw today, feel free to leave a comment down below. Um, I hope to be back in 2 weeks at the end of July to show you the rest of my progress in the month and, you know, reiterate the plans for August. um, but yeah, as always, I hope you guys have a relaxing weekend, a productive week, and you always find the time to do the thing that makes you happy. Until next time, ciao!